Hey guys, it's Daisuke. Today I'm going to be doing a deck profile. The deck is not complete because I don't have enough money to get the last 4 cards that I need. But let's just go through this. This has not been shown on camera in any games yet, so hopefully it will be in the near future. So I have 2 Marth. That one's really shiny, and my bedroom has a bad glare. He's my min lord. He's alright. His ability is, I can tap him and 1 ally unit. Wow, there's a bad glare. I can tap him and 1 ally unit to move one of my opponent's units, but he can't be used if he isn't on the front line. So, he's alright, and personally never use his ability. So, yeah. I have, and that is Crown Prince of Altea Marth. If you hear paper rustling, that's me looking through my list of skills and shit. Oh look, you can see them on screen. I have 4 copies of Crimson Myrmidon Navarre. Again, really bad glare. I can't really do anything to fix it because this is like the darkest part of my room. Let's try moving it up, see if that helps. Not really. Well, I apologize. Navarre is actually really good. If there are no other units besides him and the main character, his attack is increased by 20. And his support skill, this is level 1, is when I attack, it increases the power by 20. And Marth's, I forgot to go over, was if the unit that support checks this character has a Shadow Dragon insignia, they rake 2 orbs for the turn instead of 1. So they're both pretty good. Navarre is actually one of my favorites in the deck. But, oh well. Gosh. My sleeves are sticky. I have 4 of, I can't apparently show it, 4 copies of the 1-cost Ogma, whose name escapes me. His name is Talysian Mercenary Ogma. His skill is during my turn, when there are 2 or more allies with placement cost of 2 or less, then he gets plus 20. And has the same support skill as Navarre. So having 2 having 2 60s on my turn is really, really helpful. Skills can go over there. I don't really care anymore. I'm not going to bother naming the cards anymore. I have 4 copies of Caeda. The 1-cost Caeda. She's a good 30 support. Her support skill is not the best, in my opinion. I've never had to use it. It is when I attack, I can move one of my units that have not taken an action this turn. And her skill is to tap her, and I think 1 other unit. I'll double check really quick. Let's see. Paper, no. Yeah, it's tap her and 1 other unit and move another unit. Oh, no, I'm wrong. I'm sorry. It's to increase that unit's attack by 10. To increase a different unit's attack by 10, so that's alright. Right now she's only in there for the 30 support. She's supposed to have a promoted card, but I don't have it because it's really expensive and I didn't pull any of them in my boxes. Next up, we've got 4 copies of the 1-cost Merric. And there's a Gordin in there, my bad. So 4 copies of the 1-cost Merric. He has a range of 2. His skill is I tap 1 and he gains the Clearing the Skies ability, which whenever he attacks a flyer, he gets plus 30 for that attack. And then his support skill is I can draw one card and then discard one card. So he's really good, personally, and him and Marth in general just get plus 10 from a different, like, have a bonus with a different card later on. Now we have the 4 Gordins. These are the only Gordins I actually run in my deck. You can, once per turn, you can flip 1 bond and focus, thank you. No, there we go. And then flip 1 bond and he gets plus 10 for the turn. And he also has a Clearing the Skies effect. And his support skill is whenever he's flipped over for an attack, the attacking unit gets another 20. So he's good for clearing stuff out. He's not the worst. He's 2 range. So he's pretty decent. I personally like Gordin, but Merric is a lot better. And moving on, we have 4 copies of the 1-cost Tiki. She is very helpful. Whoa. When cards attack. Her skill is if you have 4 or more bonds, I believe. Let's get this to focus. Yep, if you have 4 or more bonds, she gets plus 30. And her support skill is if the attacking unit has a Shadow Dragon insignia, then you can add 1 card from your hand to your bond. So she's really useful for getting bonds early on in the game, but only if you're attacking. And I have 2 of the 1-cost Lena. This is a filler card for the promoted Caeda. But it's nice to have them. Flip 2 and tap her, and you can bring back any card that's not a Lena, and she gives 10 to any Julian that's on the field, any of my Julians that are on the field. And her support skill, when checking for defense, prevents the attacking unit from performing criticals for the rest of the turn. So she's kind of helpful. Again, she's just a filler for right now, but we'll have to make things work. I have 4 copies of Elice, Marth's sister. She's 2-cost now. This is the interesting card. Once per game, you can tap her and flip 1 to play any 2-cost or less character from with a Shadow Dragon insignia from your discard pile and just put it straight onto the field. But it can only be used once per game, not once per card per game. That effect can only be used once per game. And then whenever she's on the field, she gives Marth and Merric plus 10. So she's not as useless as you would assume. Next is 2 more filler cards because of the Caedas. I have 2 Julians. I honestly never use him for anything besides bond fodder, because he's not that great. His effect is that you tap him and you can look at the top card of your opponent's deck. If it has a cost of 3 or higher, you can flip 1 bond to draw a card. And his second effect is just flip 1 bond and discard the top card of your opponent's deck. So he's not terrible, but I honestly have never once used him for anything besides bond fodder. Next we're getting into the 3 costs. I have 2 of the starter deck promoted Navarres, he's really helpful, in my opinion. You can flip, once per turn you can flip 3 bonds, and for that turn his I believe his attacks cannot be evaded. Let me double check, just so I don't get flack for this. Yes, his flip 3 bonds, and for the turn, his attacks cannot be avoided. Then the second effect is if it's just him and the main character on the battlefield, he gets plus 10. So if you only have him and the character, it's a 70. He's pretty good. Next we have 3 of the starter deck promoted Ogmas. His effect is whenever you play a 2 cost or less character, both him and that unit get plus 10 for the turn, and you can flip 1 bond to decrease his power by 10, but give him a tome for the turn and a range of 1 to 2. So he's not that bad. Next up, we have 4 costs. I have the starter deck promoted Marth. He's honestly one of my favorite cards in the deck. I cannot get this to focus. Whatever. His effects are whenever you play a 2 or less cost unit, you can move one of your opponent's characters. Just any of your opponent's 2 or less, any of your opponent's characters. No. I am wrong. It's move one of their rear guard units forward. And then whenever he attacks a dragon affinity unit, his attack is increased by 20. So he becomes a 90 whenever facing someone with a dragon affinity. So he's really nice. I really like this Marth. I also have 2 of the 4 cost promoted Navarres. This, honestly, I don't get to play this as often as I want, and when I do, I don't get to use his effect as much as I want. And it's also really cool, I have 2 of the signs. But, his first effect is you discard a Navarre, and, let me see, I'm just looking through it. You discard a Navarre, and his attacks cannot be avoided for the turn. And his second effect is you flip 1. When he destroys an enemy unit in battle, you can choose one of your opponent's 2 or less cost characters and immediately destroy them, quote unquote, as a result of battle. So he's really good for sweeping other units that are trying to your opponent's units that are trying to set up. So I really like this card. We have 4 of the promoted Merrics. He's a good 20 support with 60. His effects are once per turn you can flip 1 bond, and during the turn he gets the Clearing the Skies effect. And if he destroys a unit after you've used that first effect, then he allows you to draw an extra card. So it's good draw power for late in the game. I really like Merric. And last but not least, we have 1 copy of Savior of Arcania Marth. This is the 5 cost promoted Marth from the set. His effect is you can flip 3 bonds and discard 1 Marth, and for the remainder of the turn, all of your other units get plus 30, and whenever he attacks a Dragon Affinity unit, he gets plus 20. So he's a good sweeper for the very end of the game. I really love his artwork. He's really good. But yeah, that has been my Marth deck profile. The Caeda that I'm missing really hurts my consistency. Here's my list of here's my sheet with the skills. It's the Angelic Advocate of Affection Caeda. You can read that if you want, but basically it lets me search for any Shadow Dragon cards in my deck except for Caeda whenever she destroys an opponent. So, really wish I had 4 of them. Yeah. But this has been my Marth deck profile. I hope to have more deck profiles in the near future using my friends' decks. And yeah, hope you enjoyed. If you did, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe for more content. I will be doing more battle videos throughout the week. This will probably go up on Tuesday Tuesday morning because I have other things I need to do. And please excuse the background noise. My parents are actually home. But yeah. I'm trying to think. Yeah, this will probably go up on Tuesday because I am going to be busy on Tuesday and won't be able to record or upload actually as many a regular game video because of the Dragon Ball Z movie. Because my friends and I are going to go watch that. But yeah, I will record more game videos tomorrow, which is Monday, and try to get more videos on Tuesday while we are waiting for the movie. But no guarantees. But anyway, kept you guys long enough. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.